Hey, how's it going? Great to see you. I've got another new toy here, and it's really cool, and it's not a little LED light. It's this thing here from LensGo, which is a motorized small camera dolly that you can just put a tiny camera on up to 1 kilo, and it's got a little ball head that comes with it and neat stuff like that, and remote control and everything. It just runs on a AAA battery, and it does some really great smooth camera motions. So if you want to do anything like product shots or anything like that, and just sort of have something much nicer and tidier than trying to hand hold a camera around in a loop, or a static shot or something like that, this is the way to go. So I want to go and have a quick play with this, take it out the box, have a quick play with it, and see what it can do. First thing though, let's get this thing out of the box. Okay, have a look at the box. Nice cover, panoramic stuff on the side, and it's got a list of the things on the back. We've got the dolly with the driver wheel and the ball head here. We've got the remote control, the battery holder, and this stuff here, which is a panoramic base, which I'll show you a bit later. Let's get this box open and pull the thing out of it. Alright, there we go. So we can have a look at what's in here. Okay, here's a nice plastic foam container with everything in it, and of course the obligatory manual. Once again, unfortunately there's no stickers in this, which is a bit sad, but you know, you get that from time to time. First thing in here is a list of all the stuff that's in the box, but we can have a look at that. We've got this neat bag that it comes with that you can put everything into. We've got the phone holder clip thing here, which is not a particularly great one, but it does do the job. I'm probably going to get another one to use for it. There's the ball head mount here, which is just a plastic one. Once again, if you wanted to, you could swap something else onto here, but that's perfectly sufficient and quite lightweight, which helps. There's the auto dolly itself, this thing here. Now the wheels on this thing fold out, and this is the motorized wheel, which you can have quite close up, or if you want to move slower, then you can actually push that all the way out. It moves on this simple grip thing here, so it just goes through these slots, and there's a little 1/4 thread in the middle to mount the ball head or a camera directly onto it, or whatever you want on there. There's this infrared remote control over the side here, so I'll just pop that out as well. And finally the panoramic mount, which I'll show you all about later on. Okay, so that's all the bits, so let's grab this thing and all of that stuff and go outside and find something to shoot. Now I thought I'd come outside to demonstrate the use of the dolly here with a miniature figure that I've got, which is just this little minotaur here. Nice little figure. I haven't finished painting it yet, but I thought, hey, it'd be a good subject for this thing. It's nice and small and everything, and I'm going to shoot it on the iPhone using the little camera dolly. So here's my setup. I've got a piece of timber here, so I've got a nice flat surface to run it on. I found this really nice piece of mossy brick or concrete here that I can put the figure onto to shoot it, and I've got a bit of a nice rocky background. So basically the background should look a bit like this, and I want to try and get this kind of motion effect around it to show it off. So that little camera dolly is the perfect thing for doing this kind of thing. So let's get some of these shots, and I'll show you some of the different settings on it while I'm doing it. I'm going to start just by putting the phone into the phone holder here. There we go, easy enough, and turn on the camera app. There's the framing that I basically want. That's looking pretty good. I'll just get that all lined up. And now what I want to do is just sort of do a basic movement from one side to the other. So I will bring the dolly over to here. So what I want to do first is hit the power button, and that resets it. Then I hit the S motion, which is just a standard movement around it. And then I choose the speed at which I want it to go. I'm just going to choose speed 3 for now because it's in the middle. And finally the go button. And here it goes, moving around the figure. Beautiful, nice, slow, smooth motion. Now if you're not sure how fast you want this thing to actually go, pick a slower speed than you need to rather than a faster one. But if you've got a slower speed, it's easier to speed it up and it's still being smooth. If you choose a faster speed, then if you slow it down, it's going to start looking blocky, of course. So here's what the output for that one looks like. Now the dolly has a couple of other settings here you might use as well that do a series of stops and starts, and finally one that will travel from one point all the way around and then back to where it started again and keep repeating that. I'll show you how to do those quickly. First of all, I need to hit the power button to reset everything, and that sets it back to 0 and gets rid of the existing programming. Now if I push this C control here at the top, and then I'm just going to choose a 3, and then I can push play on that one, push go in that direction, and as you can see it moves a wee bit and stops. Then when I push it again, it'll move a short way and stop, and again and again, and then I can push the other direction, so it'll just move that couple of seconds each time and stop until you push it. So that's useful if you maybe wanted to do something like a stop motion. The next one here is the T control, so I can push that one there, and then I can push, say, 6, and then I might push a 2 for a delay period, and then I'll push the direction, and that will now move a certain distance and then stop, and then it will take off again itself after the few seconds of delay. Just like that. Now the last one I want to show you though is the looping movement from one endpoint to another and back again. So now to do the looping return shot, you just push the red button at the top and that clears the memory on the dolly. Then you choose the loop button down here, which is just that one. I'll point that at that. Choose a speed. I'm going to make this go relatively quick, so I'll hit 6, and then the first direction you want it to travel in, which is going to be that way, so I'll hit this button here. Now we'll follow that around and let it get around a wee bit, so it's got a bit of a loop to follow, and it's done about 90 degrees, so I'll hit the other directional button now and it'll turn around and start travelling back. Now I don't have to do anything else. This is just going to come back to its original starting point. You probably usually want to do this slower, but I just made it go fairly quick for the demo. And then back again to the second point. So this will just continue to travel between point A and point B, basically until it runs out of battery. So there you go. When you're finished with this and you want it to stop and you've had enough, you can basically just hit the red button again, and that clears the setting and it's all done and dusted. So there you go, that's how you use the looping tool in the dolly, which I think is one of the more useful features on it, and probably one I'm going to use a fair bit. It means you can get 2 or 3 takes of something, or move something around, or get a longer shot of something that's going to maybe go for quite some period of time that you might want to stream for a while. So anyway, let's go back, have a look, see how these come out, and have a bit more of a chat about this dolly. Okay, so that's all the basic shots that this thing can do. One I haven't shown you is that panoramic thing I kept talking about before, and I'll show you how that works now. It's real easy. You just take the dolly you've got here, fold the wheels all the way in, and then you take this bit here, this bit here, and this is actually 2 parts. You need to unscrew this wheel from the bottom of it, and then this thing here just clips in the middle, and what that provides is just a little turning base. So that's got a little bearing in there and everything like that, and it just sits right in the middle there. Then you've got this other wheel here with a little thread in the middle of it, which goes into the outside of the center drive wheel. You just put that into there, screw it on in, Make sure it's nice and tight, because it doesn't need to swivel on there, and actually it needs to be fairly firm. And then you can just put that down, and now that wheel there is higher than the other ones, but it matches the base on the bottom here. So now when that wheel there turns, so you power it up and turn it on, and then that wheel there will turn, and this thing will just spin around that center axis. So once that's running, that'll just spin around the middle. So there you go, you can take this out and just get panoramic video footage wherever you are without needing a panoramic camera or a really steady hand on a tripod or something like that. So maybe you could put it in the middle of an intersection, you know, big roundabout kind of thing, get an interesting shot, or in a mall or something like that. Or if you've got a fight scene going on and you want to get a panoramic shot in the middle of a fight scene as a whole pile of things happen on the outside, you can do that with this. Get really creative with it. So there you go, that's the Auto Dolly from LensGo. I'm going to go out and have a heap of fun with it. I'm going to make some short videos. I'm going to post them up as YouTube shorts and Instagram videos and Facebook and stuff like that. So do keep an eye out for those sorts of things. If you want to make sure you don't miss any of these, click down here to subscribe, and you can watch this video and this video as well. Don't forget to use all these other buttons down the bottom. Hey, click that thanks one as well. Try it out. And I will see you in another video soon. But right now I'm going to head out and go play with this because it's cool. See you later.